Okay. Oh boy, am I relaxed. Am I nice and relaxed? Howdy, howdy, howdy. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. I just cleaned myself up a little bit, too, as a matter of fact, so that makes me even more relaxed. And why do I have sunglasses on my head when I'm indoors? Tonight's definitely that night, ladies and gentlemen, to kick back, open up a cold one, and relax. You definitely earned it. Cheers, everybody. Ah, is that good? Boy, oh boy, is that good. Let me turn on this backlight here. Okay. Let me move this down here a little bit, do some adjusting, all that good stuff. There we go. Okie dokie. I don't even know if I need to turn this off. Again, cheers, everybody. It is Friday night. Oh man, I feel so relaxed. I just washed up. Let me tell you, I feel like a wet noodle. Oh, my hair's still a little wet. But I got the semi mullet going. Because my hair is actually starting to get pretty long in some areas. So, come on, this guy again. The fucking pickup truck, man. Put your headers on. Jeez. I hate that shit. Look at me. I have a car that goes. That means my pee-pee must be big. Meanwhile, the guy is 4 foot tall. What else is new? Typical, what do they call that? Napoleon complex? But what a quiet Friday night. What a beautiful Friday night. I mean, it's still overcast. Oh, man. If that sun peeks through this weekend, it's going to be straight 90s again. It was nice to at least turn off my AC for the past 2 days. I mean, I have it on right now because my apartment really maintains the heat. Especially since I personally put foam around my front door over here so it seals everything. And I put foam around my bedroom window. I mean, because this place is what, 40 years old? 50 years old, something like that, the property. So it's really not a new property, but I'm not bashing it or anything. It's very old school. I just noticed something now, speaking of the front door. I need to put some crazy glue on a piece of foam that keeps popping off. This time it ain't gonna go anywhere. I hope. I should have, in hindsight, put some Scotch tape on this thing so it really sticks. Which it still can. You know what? Let me throw a little tape on there. Ah, damn you. Should kind of hold it together for now. Now, where'd that tape go? Oh, that was the Scotch tape. All right, here we go. Fumble fingers. You move one thing, everything goes. You know how that works, folks. I just want to make sure this foam sticks. Okay, at least for now. Anyway, sorry about that. Little quick home repair, so to speak. Yeah, I put air conditioning foam around my front door because there are a lot of gaps that shine through, and that's what makes your electric bill go up, because when a thermostat tells the central air to run, you're going to get leaks and temperature, differences. So, oh man. And I had myself an incredible supper. Well, not really a supper. I guess you want to call it brunch, or let's call it dinner. It is what it is. I had myself, what's up, Biggie? How you doing? Welcome. Oh, let me do something. Because I've been doing it for for the rest of the crew. There's your mod. Congratulations, because you're always showing up in the lives, so welcome to being an administrator. Here was what I ate in one sit down today. The main course was 2 thin cut New York strips, and it's the sides I killed it. I made white rice, I made plantains, I put breaded fish and hash browns in a toaster oven. Then I had corn. I also had refried beans with grated cheese. So you can imagine I ate like a god today, man. I just wanted to spoil myself. After everything that's happened, I'm like, fuck that. Let me just spoil myself. It's a pretty decent day, even though we got a little bit more rain today. Right now, it feels nice. So, Alexa, what's the current temperature?
Right now, it's 71 degrees Fahrenheit. By the way, you have a new notification. Do you want to hear it?
No. See, even though it's 71 degrees, the ground temperature is still hot. I don't know what I'm going to do this weekend. What's going on there? I always forget how to say Blue Jays. Sorry about that. I want to say Blue Jays, but I know it's not Blue Jays. It's Blue Jays. I don't got no plans for the weekend, man. I'm kind of just taking everything in stride, one day at a time. We'll see what happens. I did another YouTube upload today talking about YouTube's goofy bullshit that it's been pulling with this AI nonsense and forcing content creators to turn in their ID cards and essentially holding your channels hostage. So, oh, okay. Yeah, I understand that. It's Blue Jays, yo. You know, the car is yellow. The taxi cab is yellow. Sí, hermano. But anyways, yeah, so. But after that, man, I've just been lounging around. I got my latest eBay orders out today. I had 5 orders that people paid. Got those out today. And like I said, it rained a little bit more. I don't think it's going to rain any more tonight. Hopefully not. But it's nice because it's cooling down. But the problem is the ground temperature is very warm. You know, you got to realize, man, you've had the sun beating down on the ground for all these days. It'll say 71 degrees on the Amazon dot all at once. It's humid. And it's going to be even more humid in the next couple days if that sun starts beating down on that ground. But the ground temperature is really warm, so. But tonight I said to hell with that. Grab me a couple of these. Sit back, relax, have a little fun here tonight. Nothing too serious going on, at least for now. But yeah, my eBay, most recent eBay sales. Let me catch you guys up at least that much stuff. So my most recent eBay sales did pretty good. I do have 2 stragglers, unfortunately. One is a customer here in North Carolina. The other one, I forgot where they come from. I think Buffalo, New York. Just cooked the steak, having some red wine in the backyard, watching some baseball. Life is good. Yeah, I'm really trying to get myself back in order again, man. You know, and trying to just let go of this most recent bullshit. You know, it's still fresh. It's still an open wound, but I think as the days pass on, and I think about it more and more and more, and what my friends off camera have been telling me, and even what some of you have been telling me in my live streams, that, you know, you got women that are like that just want to use fucking guys. They want to use you. They want to suck your wallet dry, and you become a fucking a breadline for them. You know, a Great Depression breadline. They just want and want and want and take and take and take. I think I'm getting over it much easier than I did the last 2 times this year, so it is what it is. Enjoy the little things. Yeah, that's why I said, you know what, tonight I'm not going to take this live stream. Well, hopefully it doesn't get serious. You know, I just want to stretch out and relax. You know, I had the front door open for most of the day, letting some of that nice, fresh air into my apartment. And, you know, like I said, I cooked probably 4 big plates of food just for myself. And I got leftovers waiting for me. I'll probably save that for tomorrow. But, yeah, otherwise, I got some stuff done here at home. Nothing crazy. But for the beginning of the day, I was busy because I had those eBay orders I had to pack up and get out, and I had to do some math. I actually had to refund one of my customers the shipping difference because they bought 2 Trump hats off of me, and I had to refund them the difference between single hat shipping. So I had enough room in one box I can stuff 2 hats into it without crushing them, and then refund them. I think it was like $7 and change for the shipping. Is business picking up? That's a tough question to answer because this fucking guy again. Jeez. Him and his fucking pickup truck. God almighty. I don't know how to answer that because... Is he gone finally? Good. Fucking asshole. I hate guys that do that. When they take their headers off their cars and they want to try to make their car sound stronger than what they really are. Oh, there's nothing more irritating and annoying. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. I sold 1 baseball card today. Everything else were hats. So the sports card hobby still, at least from my point of view, is not really going anywhere. And I just relisted another 9/11 Yankees hat. The Yankees hat that I have has that ribbon on there, that iron-on ribbon that they use every year for the anniversary. So I relisted that, and I have, I think, one more hat or 2 more hats, and then that's it. My MAGA or Trump collection is done, completely sold. I meant it. When I said it, I meant it. That I've had enough of Trump and his bullshit. I'm sorry, man. I'm a GOP Republican, but come on, you know, enough is enough. No more new wars. Bullshit. I'm not going to even get into any of that stuff. But he pissed me off enough to say, you know what, I supported this guy. He's not doing enough in my eyes. All he does is blow his own horn and pats himself on the back for every little stupid thing that he does. You know, it's pathetic actually, and I had enough. So, but I did relist, like I said, the New York Yankees hat. I think I wore it maybe like 1 or 2 times. It's too big on me. It's a 7.5. I typically wear 7 3/8. As a Canadian, I'm also not a fan of Trump. Used to like him, but he's causing too much damage in our economy. Yeah, it's the damn tariffs. You know, I've been saying this in every live stream that, you know, here, I ordered this from Canada. That's the more than meets the eye hot rod. I had to pay an extra tariff on top of taxes and shipping for this thing. It's sick. What are we gaining? Where's all this money going? That if American citizens are paying, or let's just say if we have to pay a tariff to import shit, I don't even want to talk about it. Suffice it to say that we're being forced to spend money that we shouldn't have to spend money on, is what I'm saying. And as a guy that's running a business, a small business right out of my living room, it's fucking hard, man. But as far as baseball cards are concerned, I'm still seeing that my baseball cards are not moving in the way that they were around this time about a month and a half ago. It's almost 2 months now. So that concerns me. It's starting to concern me a little bit because now with Topps Chrome out, and what I've been seeing happening with that apparently Topps Chrome was shipped without the cellophane on it. What does the hobby look like at this point? Now we're in the All-Star break or post All-Star break. How are fans going to react? Yeah, it's slow for everybody. It's slow for everybody. Trying to sell baseball cards or any sports card at this point, unless you got some key players or names or anything like that. I still got 2 big piles of cards I haven't listed yet because they're not moving. And I like to save whatever selling slots I have left on eBay for other stuff. I do have Netflix Megatron sitting right there. He's next on the chopping block. I sold off a Robots in Disguise Megatron that I upgraded myself that I never reviewed here on the channel because I have a knockoff oversized version of that up there, and it's much better and it fits in nicer with my collection. I got to scale down because I got all these Transformers here to review. I don't know where the fuck I'm going to put them. Just like Earthrise, Optimus Prime up there, I got to find where I put his trailer. He's next on the chopping block. And then once I review this guy, which is definitely going to be the next Transformer review that I do, I want to compare him to the original release and then sell off that one and replace him with this guy. Like I did with the Seekers, as a matter of fact, with Thundercracker, Skywarp, and Starscream. Any more high-value cards to sell seem like they did well. I still have a lot of parallels. I have subnumbered parallels, refractors, X-fractors. I mean, geez. I mean, right here on my desk, I have 2 piles of cards. Here's one pile right here I haven't listed yet. You know, and I'm trying to put names out there. Here's another pile I haven't listed yet. It's hard to know because if I start wasting eBay slots, because I get 250 when you're a high profile seller, I think that goes for any seller. You can request more spots to sell more things. So I have 250 free spots. You know, right now I still have over 700 items available for sale at my eBay store as far as baseball cards are concerned. And I have a very small minority of stuff that I'm selling that aren't sports card related. And that's the stuff that's been moving now. Baseball cards simply have come to a screeching halt. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But, you know, some of the cards I've been listing low-end cards and a lot of paper. Some refractors, some parallels and inserts here and there. You know, for a time, even if it was paper, I was moving a lot of shit. Now, I just, I can't figure it out. I don't know. I don't know. The economy can't be that bad. I don't know if it's just a hobby, if it's still because of this PSA thing. From what I've heard and what I've seen on YouTube, SGC, instead of having a 2 week wait time, they now have a 3 month wait time. That's a long time for SGC. And it was never like that before. Let me just, because I get tired of the camera bouncing in and out. Let me see if I could do that. But yeah, SGC, unless I put these down on the floor. Let me see if that'll help if I put these LEDs down here on the carpet so they're not right in my face. I just can't stand when the light flickers like that, when there's a conflict with the lens. It bothers me. Let me see if I do that, if that's any better. Probably not. Now I look like I'm in a LED campfire. Oh, you know it's also doing it too. Let me turn off my table light here. Come on, shut off. There we go. That's a little better. But yeah, it's very hard to tell right now where the hobby is going to go. I mean, right now, unfortunately, people are just looking for hits, and the old school collectors just aren't collecting like they were. You know, unfortunately for me, thank God, I still got plenty of stuff that I can sell. But we'll see what happens. Are you still opening wax? I haven't opened anything since Heritage. Well, the last boxes I opened was that Topps Chrome Black baseball from 2026 a few weeks ago. I haven't opened up wax since. So, you know, and I know Topps Chrome just dropped recently, but I don't know. I mean, even the pulls that I got out of Topps Chrome Black, it wasn't up to snuff like I thought it was going to be. So, again, it's hard to tell. It's very hard to tell what's going to sell and what's not. What's going to maintain its value and what's not. I just don't know. I really don't know. There we go. That should help a little bit more, I think. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Oh, it's this stick again with the truck. Oh, my God. Yeah, we'll see what happens, guys. I really don't know what's going down right now. I mean, I got a big pile of cards right there. I got cards I haven't sleeved up yet. Plus, I still got boxes in my closet I haven't even sleeved up yet. I just don't know until cards start selling again. I don't know what to do. I don't want to keep listing and listing and listing, because then eBay has a problem with that. If you're constantly listing things and you're not making money, of course they want their 13% per sale. So if you're not making any sales and you're constantly listing and there's no return for them, they'll boot you off their platform, I'm sure. Man, I got to get my ears checked, especially this one. I think that's earwax that's bothering me like that. This isn't helping me too much either. I thought these lights, my tabletop LEDs, would help. I'm going to have to get those round LED social media lamps that I always see content creators using. I mean, that's kind of okay. Yeah, that's kind of true too. I don't know. I just can't explain it. I wish I can explain it. I have no idea, because let me tell you, for more than 2 years of me doing this, I've had a very good run. And now all of a sudden, you know, and I don't see breakers breaking on YouTube like they were. They were breaking like fucking madmen, and now I don't see breakers breaking anymore. There's only a couple of YouTube content creators that I see who are consistent. That's Striker Breaks, Step in the Box. What's the dude from New York? I like his content a lot. I always forget what his YouTube channel is called. Nice guy. I can't remember the fucking name of his channel. But anyway, there's like a handful of good breaking channels. After that, there's not much going on, unfortunately. There really isn't much going on. I just don't see breakers live streaming like they were. I see it on eBay on my end. You know, because I do have the ability to live stream auctions and stuff like that, but I'm not going to go. I'm not Crazy Eddie from back in the days, man. I'm not going to be there like fucking QVC or Home Shopping Network. I do things the way I do them. It's much easier and much simpler. I don't want to be in front of the camera like that all the time, especially on eBay. Yeah. I've seen Jabs as well. He does a lot of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of great content creators that are still doing stuff, but it's really come to a screeching halt. Do I like Alphonso Davies? You mean for Bayern Munich? Yeah, he's a great guy. You know, he's done well for Bayern. I know he came off an injury last season for Bayern. He was always a consistent player, but you know what's going to end up happening? He's going to reach that age or that point where they're going to have to move him. And what happened with Jurgen Klopp with the German national team, you had better believe that that's going to have a trickle-down effect into the Bundesliga. Because if Jurgen Klopp reestablishes the German national team, I'm telling you now, when it comes to the Bundesliga and a player like Alphonso Davies, if they don't start going pro-German and start raising more homegrown talent, which I think that's what's going to happen, Germany are going to be in trouble for years to come. They're going to end up being the next Italy. Because for Italy not to qualify for 3 World Cups, unlike Germany, who was booted out of 3 straight World Cups in early stages of the game, it's kind of sad to see. So, but Bayern are notorious for that kind of stuff. They'll keep a player for like 4 seasons, maybe 5 seasons, and then that's it. Yeah, I've been watching Bayern, a lot of Bayern news. I know that they have a friendly coming up soon. I have to look at the website because they have the schedule already, I think, for this coming season. They've released their away jersey, which I don't like. You know, I've already got their home jersey, but I don't like the away jersey. I like the fact that they're going back to like the old school Adidas trefoil. But I think they're getting too fancy for their own good, even with the supposed retro look. But yeah, the away kit, the all white strip now, it's got blue and white or something on the sleeves. Excuse me, and on the shoulders with the blue collar. I think that harkens back to 2004's jersey when Lucas Podolski was playing. And Michael Ballack and them guys. If my memory serves me correctly. But they're going to be dropping 2 more jerseys. The Oktoberfest jersey is a fucking mess. You know what I mean? It's like paint splatter, from what I saw in the footy leaks or whatever they call that website. The Champions League jersey looks pretty cool. But yeah, I'm not wasting that kind of money on Bayern jerseys like I used to anymore. It's just not happening. Here, like I just sold Bayern's home jersey from last season. I do have an away jersey I want to sell from Bayern Munich with Harry Kane. I haven't had the time to sit down with it yet. I'm a Newcastle fan, and I really like this Nick Voltemada from the German national team. Seems he has potential. Well, he was consistently scoring and qualifying. I do not know why Jonathan Tah took that first penalty kick against... This national team has been frustrating. If you're a German national team fan, they do qualify. But they always play against lesser nations. Even in the Nations League, they play lesser nations sometimes. But they suck. They suck. So it's really disappointing. 3-time European champion, 4-time world champion, and they were a scary team for a while. But these days, nobody's scared of Germany. You know why? They play too soft and they play too safe. That's the problem. They play too soft and they play too safe. So we'll find out what happens this season. So, oh shit! Oh my god! Ooh. I'm trying to fight off being sleepy. Yeah, he turned down Chelsea. He turned down Manchester United. He turned down all these clubs. And then when Germany came knocking on the door, he said, "Okay," and rightfully so. I'm sorry, I'm a purist when it comes to things like this. You know, you got to have a German coach. The World Cup kit were amazing. I actually sold mine on eBay because I was so angry. You know what it is? I have a 1990 reissue of the home jersey with Lothar Matthäus that they came out with years and years ago. I think that came out during the 2018 World Cup. I got the jacket right there, and I got the sweater to match, based on the 1990 jersey. But it's going to be fucking gross. Yeah, it's going to be fucking gross. When Nike takes over, ugh, I refuse to buy a German national team jersey with a Nike logo on it. Because I know what Nike does with their kits. I hope to God that they don't put rainbow numbers on them. I'm sorry, I have to say it. They cannot put rainbow numbers on a German national team jersey like they did with the United States. I'm glad the U.S. team got demolished. I really am. Very happy. Trump had no business interfering with the U.S. national team and that red card. And they're too fucking stubborn to have promotion and relegation here with the MLS and USL 1, 2, and 3. We have to turn this into a Premier League, man. But this entitlement that MLS has with their players right out of college and right out of school, ugh. Well, you know why? Because Nike came with a big bag of money and said, "Here's the money." And the DFB, the Deutsche Fußballbund, said, "Okay, so we're not doing so good, yeah. We need the money." And they took the money. They took the deal. The contract was massive. It was massive from what I heard. Adidas didn't even stand a chance against Nike. But I can just imagine what Nike kits are going to look like. They're going to be boring. They're going to be plain. They're going to be just, it's going to look like a Rorschach. It's going to look like a Rorschach painting, the jerseys. That's what they're going to look like. 1970s hippie tie-dye jerseys. That's what the German national team jerseys is going to look like. You watch. You'll see. Really gross. Really gross. Well, I don't know if they have antitrust laws like we have here in the United States, because breaking a contract like that's very difficult, especially for the next 10 years. 10 years. Ugh. Oh my Lord. I could just imagine what Nike's jerseys on the backs of the German players are going to look like. It's going to be gross. It's going to be very gross. Yeah, Adidas is, you know why? Because they're going back to an older school of kits, using the Adidas traditional trefoil. I mean, I have to admit, the whatchamacallit, the Argentina away jersey looked fucking dope. It really looked dope. A lot of the away kits looked dope. Germany's threw me off because it was like baby blue or something like that, with little details throughout the jersey. I didn't get it. You know, like I said, I got so angry at this German national team, I sold off that jersey I had. It was just, it's pitiful. Pitiful, very pitiful. So, we'll see what happens next in the next tournament. I think Well, the Euro's not for another 2 years from now, so they'll probably start setting up for the Nations League. Yeah, Mexico. All of the Adidas away kits looked really good. They did like a modern take on a lot of their jerseys for the home jerseys, and then they really went back in time with the away jerseys, which I thought was a pretty neat thing to do. They should have been doing that a long time ago. But the German national team has been a disaster for years. They got what they got. So it's a real shame, a real sin. One of the greatest footballing nations on the planet, and you can't. And you could tell, like there was no, especially against Paraguay, that they didn't push in the box. They weren't physical. You need a guy like Jurgen Klinsmann to kick things. There's a famous video that's still on the internet. It was during, I think, the 1995-96 season when Giovanni Trapattoni was the coach, and Trapattoni subbed out Klinsmann, and Klinsmann was like waving his arms like this and found like a big soda display on the field. I think it was either soda or water. What the fuck is going on out there? But anyway, Trapattoni subbed him off, and Klinsmann came walking off the field, flailing his arms around and put his foot through one of these big water displays or water drums or tanks or whatever. Literally kicked the hole clean in it. You know? The new Newcastle away kit. You know, I do have YouTube on. I wonder if I can... Let me see if I can catch it on YouTube. Oh man, I hope to sleep good tonight. Newcastle United. All right, let's see what we got here. We have to have a commercial. All right, so I guess the home jersey has a whole bunch of stripes going up and down it. Black and white, that's their traditional colors, black and white. It looks a lot. It almost looks like an old school Juventus kit with the blue stripes on the sleeves. But what does the away strip look like? Let's see what the away kit looks like. Oh, there's Voldemort. Bayern would be wise to chase after him when Harry Kane has reached his time. Because Harry Kane's starting to get up there. Oh yeah, it's got the Adidas trefoil. Come on, hold still so I can get a good gawk at it. I'm trying to get a good, solid look at it. Oh yeah, there it is. It's got little castles etched into it. That's pretty neat. It has a very old school 1980s look to it. That's pretty neat. And they got a new crest on their chest now, from what I see. If I'm If I'm understanding correctly what I'm looking at here. All right. I mean, there's no sponsor on the front of the jersey. I like to see what the jersey looks like all trimmed out. Oh, that's what it looks like when it's trimmed out. Keegan tributes at St. James Park. Newcastle away kit. Okay, let me see here. I really like Bayern's home kit. The away kit, I'm going to skip. I'm not getting it. I'm trying not to buy a lot of jerseys from Bayern. I used to have a bad habit of doing that. I would buy every jersey they would ever come out with. There are only certain. There's one jersey I regret selling, and that was the Parlay jersey. When Arjen Robben and Frank Ribéry played, I had it fully customized, and stupid me sold it off years ago, and now I can't find them anywhere. I haven't had custom patches made to match the jersey too. So that's the sponsor on the front. Okay, Knox. So it's got the sleeve sponsor, Knox Hydrate. Yeah, I see the new crest. It's not that bad. I kind of like it. I dig it. It's the old crest. Adidas doing their retro away thing again. Yeah, I like that. Like Bayern Munich did that with their Champions League jersey. They used an older crest that they used to use back in the 50s and 60s. All right, not too bad, not too bad. I'm just looking around at random shit. All of my YouTube feed is nothing but San Diego Comic-Con. And nerd stuff, which is not bad. But there's more nerd stuff in my feed than there usually is. There's sports stuff. I mean, there's stuff all over the place here. Yeah, there's just so much everything San Diego Comic-Con. And of course, the usual sports stuff I'm subscribed to. Yankees at Phillies. I really haven't been paying attention to the baseball schedules lately. Let me go grab me another bottle of suds here. I'll be right back, folks. Okay. Live on YouTube, first 2 innings preview. I'm not doing that. No, thank you. Yeah, my entire news feed is like toys, sports, baseball cards. There's Striker Breaks, 2026 Topps Chrome Baseball, and 2025-26 NBA Inception. I don't know where that dude gets all the fucking money to open up them boxes, man. Jeez. Well, good for him. I'm not going to bash a guy for being successful. Good for him. And he makes good content, too. I watch it sometimes. I'm mesmerized by some of the hits that he gets. Yeah, this is all Transformers right here. Fixing computers, cell phone repair. I like watching geeky stuff like that too. Oh, God, that's ice cold. Oh, there's Bayern Munich showing off their new away jersey. Yeah. I like the numbers that they're using, the brand new Bayern Munich number scheme. That looks cool. I like the fact that they use FC Bayern on the back. The home jersey. I think every jersey's like that. There's Konrad Leimer, who I know re-signed his contract with Bayern, so that's good. Lennart Karl. It's a commercial I'm watching, or that's on Bayern Munich's YouTube channel right there. Yeah, the Bayern away jersey looks okay. It's nothing really to write home about. Oh, that's so nice to see Jurgen Klopp's face all over the place when it comes to Bayern. So Nathaniel Brown, Ismail Saibari, they moved already. Yeah, Leon Goretzka, we know he's gone. Sasha Boy, João Paulinho, Nicholas Jackson, Jonakusi Asari. So you only got 4 players that have come into Bayern so far. Nathaniel Brown, Ismail Saibari, Joao Paulinha, and Sasha Bowie. So Nicholas Jackson is going back to Chelsea. Okay. Alex Newbold, he's taken off. That's a Turkish club. I'm not really impressed by that Bayern Munich away jersey. It's okay. Could be better. Well, anyway, let me check these guys. What's going on over here? So the Yankees and the Phillies are playing right now, right? Let me see if I can find the Yankees live stream somewhere. We shall see, we shall see. Yankees are probably going to get clapped again. Yeah, the Yankees haven't been doing so good lately. And I think the trade deadline is up. Let me see if I can find a Yankees live stream. The Mets are playing the Dodgers. There we go. Okay. Let's see what we got. Even though I'm wearing the New York Mets jersey. Nope. Try here. What about the Mets and the Dodgers? Nope. I'm a looking. Eyes are looking. See what this is showing 11:45. Is that a replay? I mean, is the game over? I mean, I didn't look at the schedule today. Oh, there it is. Okay. Look at Donnie Baseball sitting in the dugout. Oh, Yankees 1-0, top of the ninth. So I'm catching the game just as it's about to end. All right, cool. You guys, I mean, I can't really show it because they call that a rebroadcast. So we got Cody Bellinger up at bat, the top of the ninth. Man, the Yankees really got to start winning some games, man. Nope. Tap, tap, tap. That's outside. Bellinger doesn't tap. Bellinger breaks his bat. There's one. There's two. You know, Jason Dominguez up at bat. That's inside for a ball. Yeah, they're going to be shaking up the New York Yankees sometime soon. Whoa, that one will be caught. That's it. 1, 2, 3. And there's Bednar getting ready to warm up. Man, the Yankees had better start getting some wins, man. Postseason's going to be right around the corner, folks. I hope all of you are enjoying your evening. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't expecting a big audience tonight anyway. I think everybody is just kind of like tired of being indoors. It is Friday night, so I don't blame people for not wanting to sit in front of their computer and watching me talk a whole bunch of crap. Ooh, excuse me. You know, while I'm looking at it, I might as well clean my TV stand. It's just damp enough. Yeah, I think tomorrow's the day to break out the old vacuum cleaner. You know what that is? That's all residue from spraying Lysol in my apartment. Oh, damn, my back. I gotta watch because lately my back has been screwy again. I wish the Yankees would start using their preseason jerseys as their City Connect jerseys. I mean, I know they're letting the guys grow out their hair and wearing mustaches and beards and shit like that, but come on now. Get with the times, man. I know the Yankees are a team of tradition, but still. I'd love to see the Yankees play in something other than white or gray. Jesus, the Mets got like, what, 5 jerseys or something like that? It's a little better. Not the best, but just enough for now. Okay. I don't know why I got my landline in my hand. Oh, jeez. It's still pretty quiet, man. Very quiet night. Bednar right now. Steer Reich. Harper just challenged the pitch. No, it's a ball. I'm sorry. Call overturned. My apologies. 2-2. 2-2. And he sits down Harper. I love that City Connect hat that Philly's wearing right now. That's pretty cool with the Liberty Bell. The Yankees really, really need to wear something else. And caught by Bellinger. That's 2 down. Marsh just popped a fly ball out in the left field, and Bellinger skied up and snatched it right by the wall. Ugh. Wicked fastball, but way outside. There's Goldschmidt. Nice sinker. And that does it. Yankees win 1-0. I got to see how many games that puts them outside of first. I get Donnie baseball, man. Jeez. Don't need to watch this no more. Wonder how the Mets are doing. They're playing LA, I think, right? Let's see how the Mets are doing. Commercial break in progress. Jeez. Yeah, it's nice. It's a quiet night, folks. Very quiet night. I wasn't expecting a big audience tonight anyways. I have a feeling with the change of the weather, and given where most of my viewership is, I wasn't expecting that many people to come on here tonight, so I might actually end this live stream soon. Oh, they're in Citi Field. Okay. And of course, the Mets are losing 4-1. What else is new? Bottom of the 8th. Just, God, man, fucking Mets, boy. They are so hard to watch. The New York Mets might as well just have a mannequin holding a baseball bat and put it up in front of home plate there. What was that August 1st, 1986 World Series reunion? Oh, my brother-in-law, my sister, and my niece and my nephew, they met Mookie Wilson and a couple other Mets players recently. I don't even want to watch this. The chances of the Mets coming back, not even going to bother. What a defeatist attitude that is, right? The Mets are just awful. They are just awful. Watching them is like pouring battery acid in your eyeballs. What time is it? Oh, it's early yet. Yeah. All right, let me get off of this thing. It just doesn't seem like a whole lot's going on tonight, to be honest with you. Again, there's so much studio series, San Diego Comic-Con, Transformers, this and that. There's so much collectible stuff that I'm subscribed to and I watch. It's hard to keep up with everything. And in all honesty, there's really nothing going on the internet as far as YouTube's concerned. It's just a rather quiet, subdued night. Without watching the news. What the hell is this now? Lego Donkey Kong Arcade. Is it a working arcade or is it just a glorified diorama? Oh, it's a diorama. I thought it was a working arcade. Never mind. I guess it kind of works like an arcade, kinda, sorta. I don't know. I don't care. I'm not watching it. Punch Out prototype found. Yeah, I saw that already. Yeah, there's almost really nothing except for news, which I'm not going to watch. I mean, I unsubscribe from all these news channels, so Sometimes it does come up in my feed, but couldn't care less. But yeah, right now everything is San Diego Comic-Con, pack rips. There's really nothing going on, folks. It's a boring night. I hate to say it. I mean, that's a good thing. This is one of the more random channels. Oh, it's one of these Black Lives Matter assholes. Oh, I would throw my fucking fish fry right in his face to get up on me like that. Fucking loser. Pull your pants up. Fucking scumbag. Pull your pants up. I don't even want to watch no more. Pathetic. Yeah, there's nothing but San Diego Comic-Con, baseball, He-Man. Yeah, folks, not much going down. There's really not much going down, surprisingly. I've seen this reviewed by a whole bunch of people. 01 Studio Masterpiece BoardCon Review, which is a KO of Broadside. Masterpiece Broadside. And then you got the usual suspects. Yellow Flash, Nerdrotic, Major Grin, Vault Matrix, Toy Labs. Yeah, there's nothing really going on, folks. I'm at a standstill. I honestly, because today was such a nice day and a relaxed day, quite frankly, I really don't have anything else to talk about. Pixel Dan, which is always out there. I'm going to unsubscribe from this dude. CRS Firearms. That's one that kind of snuck in. Not that I have anything against CRS, even though they let him out of prison. I just don't want to see it. Don't want to hear it. My dude's pretty passionate about firearms, but Neo TCG, Hasbro Pulse, Dangerous AI, which is kind of funny. And the only one true conservative channel I'm subscribed to is Matt Walsh. Yeah, there's really nothing. Nothing else going down. That's it. Shock. Very shocking. I'm very surprised the usual suspects aren't in here tonight, but it is a nice night, at least around my neck of the woods. I'm sure everybody's enjoying themselves. And with that being said, I'm going to let the doorknob hit my ass on the way out. So I'm going to end the live stream right here, guys. Thank you for the handful of you that did come into the live stream tonight. Much appreciated, like always. It is a wonderful, beautiful Friday night. I made no plans for tonight. I'm just going to stay home. Unless you guys got something to talk about, I'm probably going to sign out in about another minute or two. I'm going to crack open another one of these Miller Lights. But there's literally like nothing really going on that interests me. There's really nothing going on that interests me. A lot of San Diego Comic-Con talk. A lot of soccer talk. A lot of Jurgen Klopp stuff. Baseball highlights. No, Irate Gamer made another video. Kirby's Epic Yarn Wii video game review. Irate Gamer Neo. This stuff is okay. God, I remember that whole drama that was going on between him and AVGN, where he like literally plagiarized AVGN. And it's ice cold. Oats and goats. Whoops. What did I just do? Hickok is another one. I used to love watching firearms channels. It doesn't do anything for me anymore. Ever since Demolition Ranch left YouTube, I don't watch firearms stuff anymore. It doesn't really do anything for me. What to expect from Klopp's Germany. Man, this dude is everywhere, man. Holy shit. What's his name there? Darkside Phil. He's everywhere. My God. I don't know if you guys know who Darkside Phil is. He's everywhere in the internet. Ay, 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 ay. Dr. Disrespect. I kind of watch his stuff once in a while. It gets kind of repetitive. It's like the same repetitive stuff, but people love the guy. Isn't She Lovely? Featuring Jobby the Hong. And I like Jobby the Hong, but I'm not going to play this in case there's copyrighted material here. Well, I can try real quick. I just don't want to get a copyright strike. Yep, I'm not doing that because it's almost a straight cover. YOLO Park. Oh, Western New York Cards. It just came up in my newsfeed now. 4 blaster boxes at $39.99. Felon Porteous, he's still making content. Oh shit! I forgot I was subscribed to him. I think he still does bootleg zones, talking about bootleg toys and all that kind of stuff. He's pretty funny. He's been around for a while too. Guga Foods. I like watching his content too. Wear Testers, good YouTube channel. Talks about sneakers. Adam Savage's Tested. ESPN UK. Asmongold. You gotta watch Asmongold once in a while. Some of his hot takes are pretty outrageous. Bearing, he's one I watch quite often. Star Wars Tales Untold is a good AI Star Wars channel because it doesn't have any of that woke, it, what, who pronoun, gay, fat, overweight bullshit. Who's black, who's a white supremacist, who's all that leftist nonsense. It's just straight up storytelling. This dude, along with what's the other AI Star Wars? Well, not technically a Star Wars channel, but he makes a lot of AI Star Wars content. Monumentum or Monumental? Yeah, Monumental, I think is the name of the channel. Makes great content. Makes great stories. Who? How Ventress became Dooku's apprentice. Emperor Vader, what if? Fucking pickup truck man again. I want to put up the volume, but I don't want to get a copyright strike. That's the problem. That's the one thing I worry about on YouTube. I could probably play this for like 5 seconds, maybe.
Impressive. You mask your presence well.
Now watch this next time. I do tend to watch stuff like this. It's the saving grace for me to watch a lot of the AI stuff. There's what's his face there, Louis Rossman. I like watching his stuff too. Weren't you Darth Vader way back in the day? Yeah, I used to be. I don't do it no more. I sold off my costume when I first moved here to North Carolina. As a matter of fact, I talked about this, I think, recently, where I'm seeing, and I'm not going to say where I'm getting the source from, but more and more people are quitting the 501st Legion because they've lurched so far left that you can't really voice your opinions in the way you do, like the way I do right now. I mean, for a fucking group that's against anti-bullying, or who's for anti-bullying, I should say, they're the biggest fucking bullies on the face of the planet because they're a bunch of dirtbag nerds that need to be hung upside down from their shoes and be shaken down for their lunch money, as they should be. I can't say that about everybody, but a lot of them have become that way. A lot of them are that way. Big, fat, ugly, it, what, who, pronoun, trans, pro-black, septum ring, guilty white liberal shit. What's the 501st? Basically, in a nutshell, many moons ago, there was a dude whose daughter got really sick, who I believe she was a Star Wars fan, so the dude decided to build his own stormtrooper costume. And the idea really caught on, and then other guys started building their own stormtrooper costumes, and before you know it, it blew up into a worldwide volunteer group. But there are videos on YouTube still that exist bashing this guy because he's the one that created the whole thing in the first place. Because that nowadays they turned it into a fucking political a political movement of who pronoun rainbow-haired freak shows and rainbow morons, which that's not what it's supposed to be about. When you volunteer your time, you do it for the kids. You do it to visit kids in hospitals. You do it to visit veterans. You do it, to make people happy, not to satisfy political ideologies. And it's been completely in a shithole these days. It's funny because I just recently went back on Facebook after like fucking 5 or 10 years or something like that. It's been a long time since I've been on Facebook. And the things that I see coming from former 501st members, it's the same shit. They're all pro diddler, pro pedophile, Marxist, socialist, commie, scumbags. Because most of them are bookworms. Most of them are nerds, dorks, and geeks. I mean, listen, I'm a closet geek and a nerd myself. It is what it is. But at least I have a sense of reality, you know what I mean? But a lot of these people have now used it as a crutch to try to control people, and I say to that, fuck you. Star Wars isn't real. And it's a shame because, I did meet a lot of good people back in the days, man. But unfortunately, a lot of them are out of control. Well, it depends, I mean, I knew a couple event organizers, even without or despite or regardless of the 501st. Especially with my 9/11 status behind me, I got to know quite a few people out there. And they're all fucking turncoats. Some of these 501st people, they're fucking turncoats. That's what they are. A lot of them are fucking divorcees, ex-convicts and criminals and drug users and pot smokers themselves, ex-alcoholics. You'd be surprised, man. And they did everything. To this day, they still want me to shut up and keep quiet because of what they did. Because they see me as a threat. And they see other people that are like me who speak up against them as a threat. Because they get free entrance into sporting events. They get free entrance. At San Diego Comic-Con, I guarantee you're going to see 501st folks up there. They get free parking, sometimes free food. But they would bitch, moan, whine, and complain when they would get pizza. It's not good enough. You're a fucking volunteer. Be grateful they gave you anything at all. And all they would do is complain and complain. Oh, we got pizza. Oh, we got pizza again. Fuck you. Be grateful you got anything. They don't have to give you anything. When you're a volunteer, you expect this. And I was very outspoken about that kind of shit. You're supposed to go out there and have fun as a fan. And make some kids happy by waving at them. Like if you're Darth Vader, you give them a high five. It's like, that type of fandom. There's an old saying, don't look up to your heroes because they'll disappoint you. When you see Darth Vader as a little kid, you know what I mean? Or you see Luke Skywalker from Rebel Legion, let's just say, or somebody that dresses up as Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're supposed to have fun with it, man. But they took it way too fucking serious, man. And they threw me under the bus, and they did everything they could to shut me up. One of their members in particular that was part of Saber Guild, Empire Saber Guild, whatever, before I became a member with them, I was hanging out with a whole bunch of them on St. Mark's Place, and one of them, who I'm not going to mention, took the hilt of his lightsaber and pulled out the big combat blade, was shining the green light on women's asses. He knows who he is. I still got the paperwork from years ago from members of the 501st and from Saber Guild that specifically called him out, calling him a fucking bully. I love to grab his Italian ass by the Verrazano Bridge. I don't know if he still lives there or not, because apparently he cheated on his wife. He knows who I'm talking about. After I fucking drove him from here to there, from here to there. They still have, I guarantee to this day, they got my big gray bin of extension cords, Nerf guns, Nerf darts, targets, all the shit that I bought out of my own pocket. Ungrateful motherfuckers. That's why I don't waste my time anymore. That's why I like with the things I do around here. I do it because I want to do it. And it's, for the most part, appreciated by people. Up there, they're like fucking siphons. They're barnacles. Oh, come on. This guy again? Dude, the fuck? Man. They're like fucking barnacles. They're parasites. We used to do the Brooklyn Cyclones, and they would bitch when I got pizza. I'm like, what, are you fucking kidding me? You got free parking, free ticket admission, free reign to walk around the fucking stadium. You get to watch the game. You'll get jerseys and bobbleheads and hats and all that kind of shit. And they still complain that they get free pizza. What the fuck? What, are you kidding? You're a volunteer, dumbass. And what offended a lot of them too is the fact that because I'm 6'1", in the costume I was like 6'5". The gap with the helmet that I had would pick me up another 2 or 3 inches. The risers and the boots would pick me up another 2 or 3 inches. And because my costume was so accurate, I got paid twice. Jelly Belly Jelly Beans and Uniqlo, who were doing paid advertisements. So I got paid as an actor. I got $500 cash. Twice for $1,000. And I was told to keep my mouth shut and don't say nothing. Get the fuck out of here. Bullshit. That's why them guys, they still come after me to this day to shut me up. And then there would be certain events where, because of this wonderful thing, the 9/11 stuff, where I would be the fucking standout guy. And then event organizers would say, oh, we like your friends, but we want you. One of my boys, who I haven't talked to in many, many years, was, I believe, a volunteer firefighter in upstate New York who ran a firehouse, who wanted me to do Freddy Krueger for them. But then again, I had a big, fat Elvis Presley swollen beer belly, not like now, you know what I mean? But they got a kick out of it. I went up there as Freddy Krueger and danced around and had a good time, and they said, we want you to do Freddy Krueger. Yeah, they're okay, but you are what we want. You're going to be like, because they would cordon off the firehouse and all that kind of stuff, and people would do jump scares, and I would be the last at the end. You know what I mean? And a lot of them got offended by that and jealous of that. What the fuck is that? That's some real bright light shining on the property here. What the fuck? Oh, that's Pineville PD. They must be doing the rounds. Yeah, he just made a left turn and went that way. Yeah, that's Pineville PD. They usually don't come in here with a spotlight like that. Must be doing the rounds. They'll probably come back. Yeah, man. Listen, man. I got better things to worry about than fucking Star Wars costumes. You know what I mean? After everything that I've been through, I got much more important things to worry about in my personal life. I don't have to worry about that stupid shit. But they fucking, like, they don't let it go. I've let it go. It's over. It's done. Fuck it. Let it go. But these people just insist on continuously keeping up these narratives. Excuse me. Meanwhile, fucking half of them, if not 2/3 of them, I used to drive around and I spend my own money out of my pocket. Give them fucking coins. Like I said, Saber Guild, and even for the 501st, I bought backdrops, I bought Nerf guns, I bought fucking darts, I bought table easels, make signs, and put signs up. I did all sorts of shit. Brought my own gear, my own tables. You gotta see how elaborate some of the stuff was that I had. But they threw me under the bus, and they tried to silence me, and I wasn't going to have it. It wasn't fair to me. I had a fucking major panic attack, and they made fun of it, and I didn't appreciate it. Because if I made fun of them, they wouldn't like it. Especially since half of them are fucking potheads. Yeah, that's CMPD. He's doing, not CMPD, that's Pineville PD. He's just patrolling. Yeah, he's just doing the rounds. He's patrolling. Yeah, they threw me under the fucking bus. It's a real shame. One of them, James Hannon, I heard passed away recently. A nice guy from the Northeast Remnant. Really nice guy, man. One of the nicest, coolest dudes. The first time I met him at New York Comic Con. What a great, great fellow. But from what I heard, he died of cancer recently. So rest in peace, James. Now he's up there in heaven with, shit. Oh, Scott from the Northeast Remnant. Oh, Scotty. Oh, miserable Scotty. One of my good buddies that I met through the Northeast Remnant in the New Jersey 501st Legion branch. They used to make fun of him because they all knew he had testicular cancer, but he was one of them guys that said, fuck it, I don't care. And he just kind of said whatever he wanted and talked about things however he wanted. Right up my alley. Him and I hit it off like this. The first time I met him, I think was, Eternal Con out in Long Island. He was dressed up as Cobra Commander. So I whipped out my Cobra Commander. Like Starscream, more or less. He literally, right on the spot, took off his fucking helmet. He's like, holy shit, dude, you sound just like him. At least a little bit you sound like him. I'm like, yeah, man. You know, I dig your Cobra Commander costume. That's why I did that voice. I think by that time, my shift doing Darth Vader was over with. And him and I just started talking. We hit it up immediately, man. And I'm like, yeah, I was Darth Vader walking around. I'm with the 501st Empire City Garrison. He's like, no shit. I'm with the Northeast Remnant in Jersey. What's your name, dude? Walter. Oh, my name's Scott. We hit it up immediately, man. Great fucking dude. I still have his trading cards in my boxes, as a matter of fact. Real shame. He was such a nice guy, man. Such a nice guy. We did a couple events out in Cranford, New Jersey, where one of my best friends used to live with his wife and 2 kids, and he'd show up. And it was just awesome, man. What a loss to the world, man. Scott, as fucking tough as nails as he was, he didn't give a shit. And James Hannon, he was always nice to me. He was always a nice guy. You know, always stopped and took time to talk and all that kind of stuff. What a great guy. What a great loss, man. Cancer sucks. That's a big loss for the fucking world when you got nice people like that. He never really at least the short experience that I had with him, from what I remember, I met him at New York Comic Con. Just a great, downright awesome human being. Rest in peace, James. What a fantastic human being. Like I said, man, not all of them are bad. I know I bashed them a lot, but not all of them are bad. Not all of them are bad. It's just a handful that run their fucking precious secret society that I don't like. Yeah, Pineville's doing the fucking rounds today, man. Yeah, I miss a lot of them guys. I really do. I really, really do. I met a lot of good people through the 501st, man. They were, not everybody is bad. I can't just blanket judge everybody, you know? That's not fair. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I met a lot of great fantastic people. I'm not going to just blanket judge everybody. A lot of them don't deserve to be judged because a lot of them, they do it for the fun of it. They do it because it's a great thing. It makes the kids happy. Let me tell you, do they have them? Yeah, it's worldwide, as a matter of fact. I listen. I'm at that point where physically, I don't think I can wear that costume. They did come out with like some fan costume recently. That's like a huge step up from the Ruby's costume they used to have, and I had that, the Ruby Supreme Darth Vader. But I was that accurate. The helmet was fiberglass. I had fans that I mounted in there. Everything was CNC aluminum. I mean, right down to a T. But these days, I don't think I'd be able to handle doing that costume. Some of the costumes I got now, I got the Star Trek II Wrath of Khan Admiral Kirk costume. I got my Freddy Krueger costume. I got my Gary Carter 1986 whole fucking uniform from the 86 World Series. If I were to get a couple pairs of striped pants or gray pants, I could do Aaron Judge if I wanted to. Like easy stuff. I've got the complete Rick Vaughn costume from Major League 2. There's a difference between Major League 1 and Major League 2. The fact that there's no stripes on these sleeves in Major League 1. I've got easy costumes. I don't want to be affiliated with groups. If I wanted to do it on my own, there is a website that does sell an out-of-the-box complete costume that's like mostly ABS plastic and all that kind of stuff. But to join with them again, I'd rather do things on my own because, if I were to do Freddy Krueger like I used to do back in the days, I can cuss and swear and tease people. And they used to hate that because I can go, "Hey, bitch, come here, motherfucker." Ha ha ha. Like all that kind of stuff. And just be completely unhinged and off the leash. With Vader, you have to like be a little bit more calm. You know what I mean? Because, well, Darth Vader is a badass, but, when you're around the kids, you kind of don't want to do that sort of thing, especially when you go to children's hospitals and stuff, which I did multiple events with them. But yeah, they have lost their way, in my opinion. And the things that I'm seeing and the things that I'm reading, especially since I've dipped my toes back onto my old Facebook page, which I've abandoned years ago, and some of the posts that I'm seeing from former 501st members, fuck them. It's a real shame. And it's not all of them, but it's a big chunk of them that they've lurched so they've lurched so far to the left that they've lost their way, in my opinion. Not all of them, but quite a few of them. They'll call people like me racist. Meanwhile, most of them dress like fucking imperial officers that were based off of Nazi uniforms. So technically, doesn't that make you a closet racist? Or a closet Nazi supporter when you're willing to dress up in a uniform that looks like a World War II Nazi uniform? Give me a break. Whatever, man. I mean, it's hyperbole. I'm being hyperbolic, actually, to tell you the truth. I'm not going to lie. But they do a lot of good work, man. There are a lot of them that do a lot of good work, but they took it way too fucking serious, and now it's become a political action fucking, whatever. Not for me, man. I'm too old for it anyways. I don't think I can handle putting on all that fucking fiberglass and wool and leather and, it's not for me. It's not for me. If I were to do Darth Vader again, like I said, there's an out-of-the-box costume that costs it's not the Ruby Supreme costume. It's another step up that I think is based on the Return of the Jedi Darth Vader. I'm not sure. If I were to get Darth Vader again, I would buy that costume, the second iteration of that. I think an independent costume maker did it, as a matter of fact. Excuse me. I have no interest. I really don't. I have no interest. I haven't been to a comic book convention in a very long time. If I were to do something, it's got to be simple. It's got to be easy. I do miss it sometimes, man. Because, like I said, you can't judge everybody. There are a lot of good people that are out there. They went after my boy Sean Xstat, who tagged me on whatchamacallit there, on Facebook when I first showed up after like fucking 5 or 6 years or whatever it is since the last time I was on Facebook, and he tagged me immediately like, "Where'd you go?" But like I said, it's not for me anymore, man. I'm past that shit. I'm really past all that stuff. I'm at that point in my life where I'm going to do what I want, when I want, how I want, without boundaries or anybody trying to fucking control me or control what I say or do. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want, when I want, how I want. And that's that. Period. And some people out there don't like that. Too bad. But I do miss it, man. I miss it. I really do miss it. But that's back there. Got to keep moving forward, you know what I mean? Once you start living in the world of hindsight, you can't let go. And some people just don't know how to let go, unfortunately. So, I actually had a Darth Maul Brooklyn Cyclones player jersey that eventually I sold off because I wanted that jersey. It looked fucking awesome, man. But it got to a point after they all threw me under the bus to try to shut me up because they didn't want anybody to know what they did to me. Yeah, it's because of your passive aggressive attacks. Or you fuckers don't call people brother, Anthony Palladino and other people like him. Don't call somebody brother when you don't fucking stand up for one of your own. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm a lone wolf these days anyway. I'm kind of settling into the fact that, listen, I'm going to be 50 years old next year. I've accepted the fact that I think I'm destined to be a lone wolf and just be in my own little world and my own little, my own little ecosphere. I don't need to depend on anybody at this point. Not saying I don't need friends. I mean, we're human beings. You have to be sociable and you have to be a social creature. Of course, I'll mix it up with randoms anytime, but it's just I don't feel the need to want to go out there and mingle and socialize anymore. Not like I used to. I always had to be in the middle of shit. Always, man. At concerts and pool halls and bars. Believe me, if you knew me in my 20s and 30s, you'd be like, holy shit, dude. You know what I mean? You'd be very surprised in the places that you would find me at. But those days are over. It's finished. You have to grow up after a while. You can't be doing dumb shit and playing the fool. Eventually you have to grow up and, come into your own, and that's it. That's it, period. Not much more to say after that. I prefer my solace here at home. Everything I need is right here in my little ecosphere. And a handful of people that are good people that I associate with, God bless you if you're watching this live stream. After that, I have no use. I have no use for anybody. Especially after what happened last week with this girl. How she fucking cheated on me. Again, another girl. I have no use anymore. The fucking world now that exists is not the world that I want to be a part of. I rather just stay in my lane, do my thing. I just renewed my business license. I wish baseball card sales would pick up, but I'm gonna have to find a way to do stuff with my eBay store. But after that, look at all this. I got oodles and oodles and oodles of cards. And the problem is, I don't think anybody would buy them because the hobby now has collapsed. Unless you have autos, parallels, relics, or any combination of those three, good luck. Good luck. I now appreciate my solitude more than I thought I would. In a way, it's kind of sad and tragic, but with losing my dad, losing my buddy Wolf when he died, and these dirtbag lowlifes in fucking New York that just won't let it go. You know, you learn to just like, you know what? You gotta just stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. I make my content, I make my videos, I make my YouTube shorts. Yeah, the numbers are not what I would hope they would be. Maybe I'm a shitty content creator. You know what I mean? My live streams do better than my videos these days, which is insane. I don't know how that is, how that's even possible, but I'm not going to turn this channel into a blog channel. That's certainly not going to happen. But it is what it is. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Don't know what else to say. That was weird. Ooh. Oh my. Let me plug my phone in here quick. Oh man, let me tell you, I wish I had a cot and a nice little fire that I can roast some marshmallows on, or in, I should say, excuse me. It is so nice in my apartment right now. The front door is open. You know, obviously I got the LEDs on. Oh, I feel so comfortable in here. It's nice to keep the air conditioner off. Alexa, what's the current temperature?
Right now, it's 73 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's not too bad. Alexa, what's tomorrow's forecast?
Tomorrow, there will be thunderstorms, with a high of 82 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 70 degrees.
Well, gotta look forward to more rain, it looks like, huh, folks? Well, unless you cats got something else to talk about, I might just call it quits. Unless you got some questions or stuff like that, I'm probably just gonna, and it is almost 10 after 10 my time, so. Well, if that's the case, guys, I think that's it for tonight. I was expecting tonight to be a little slow. It is a little slow, that's fine. Listen, you can't win them all. Thank you for the handful of you that did tune in tonight. Much appreciated. I didn't shill my eBay store or my coffee link or anything like that. That's fine. But take care, everybody. God bless. Stay safe. Until next time, just pay attention to the community page. That's where I let everybody know what I'm about to do or what I have planned. Enjoy your Friday night. I know I am. I feel so relaxed, man, especially after all that food I ate earlier today. I am a wet noodle. I'm surprised I even went this long for 2 hours. Take care, folks. Be safe. Never overstay your welcome. Peace out.